Hello there everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to sit down and talk about something that I feel like people have asked me before, and today I really wanted to talk about, and that's event photography. I started my photography journey doing really event photography. First it started with elaborate selfies, that's a different story, and then from there it evolved into doing event photography. I got hired by a wedding photography company that was based in Houston, and I say this all the time, I blame them for everything blame is not the right word. I give them credit for a lot of things that I know. Credit sounds better, blame is not the right but I give them credit for a lot of the things that I know in regards to my camera. There was a lot of training that she would do with us, and then there was just a lot of things that I learned on the fly working for this company. And so I wanted to talk today about the one form of photography that I feel like everybody should at least dabble into. And if you're starting off as a new photographer, I feel like this form of photography is probably one of the most important ones that you should learn early on. So here are my reasons why. My number one reason is thinking on the fly. When you work in the event space, you have to really think on the fly. You don't really have time to kind of think okay, I gotta adjust this setting, gotta adjust this light, I gotta adjust this. There's not really wiggle room. I have to figure this out right here, right now. Put it on program mode or put it on auto, green square, whatever I need to do to make sure that I get the shot that I need. Especially when it comes to wedding photography, that's just it's definitely pressure. But if you're working with a good team, then everybody is working at the same time. The company that I worked for had about 2 to 3 of us, I would say, usually closer to 3 of us, who would work an event, and so everybody, we would be like a SWAT team. We would all be all over the place getting all the angles that we would need for the photos and both for the video as well, and we would get every angle, and if you would miss something, that's okay, the other person likely got it. But it gave me the opportunity to learn on the fly, think quick, compose images quickly, and not have to just kind of waste time and just oh, I don't know. It really forced me to learn how to use the camera quickly. The second reason why I think event photography is honestly crucial for people to learn is communication skills. When I first started, I was always kind of nervous, and I was I don't know if I want to go and talk to people. If they come to me, I'll give them the photo. And especially with weddings, that's where I started, it forced me to go forward and to ask people, hey, can I get a picture of you? And I know it seems kind of well, you don't need to get pictures of everybody. Yes and no. If someone is invited to a wedding, number one, they probably want a picture of them being at the wedding. And number two, as a bride and groom, you definitely want pictures of all your friends and family who came, and who they came with. So it forced me to just say, hey, I know you guys are talking, hey, I know you guys are eating, your little snack or drinking your drinking cocktail hour, but can I get a picture of you? And I would say about 90% of the time, people are so flattered by you wanting to take a picture with them that they're just, oh my God, yes, that'll be cool. And again, think on the fly, figure out how to do all of this stuff with your flash. Where do you want the light? What settings do you want it on? And then boom, you get the image. So the second point is communication. Event photography helps you with communication and breaking that barrier of fear that you might have otherwise. Also, when it comes to communication, there's also another part that closely ties with our last point, and which is taught through event photography, and that's posing. Posing is something that I still have a hard time with sometimes. I feel like I'm a lot better when it comes to placing things in a flat lay or food, things like that. I'm really good about doing overhead shots and just product placement, but when it comes to posing of individuals, it's hard. And it's hard for a few different reasons. One, people don't like to listen, so trying to get their attention sometimes is oh. But the other reason too is just everyone has a different body shape, everybody has a different confidence level, and just all in all, there's an aesthetic that comes to a photograph when it's posed well. And so you just really have to put that effort into saying, okay, you tilt your body this way, you tilt your body that way, you stop with the chin up, bring the chin down, you don't slouch. And again, that goes with posing and that goes with communication, because yes, I could go from my stance here and walk over there and go, hey, move your neck, hey, do this, do that, you know. But that's not what you want to do. We're in an age where people are just overly sensitive to certain things, and something that you might not mean as something being like super weird, they might be like, oh my god, this was so weird, the way that they touched my arm, you're better off being able to tell them what you want and just say, hey, you, bring your chin down, as opposed to going there and manually touching people, because you never know in today's day and age, you know, what they're gonna say. I didn't want them to touch my shoulder. Then on the flip side, others will be like, oh my god, she touched my shoulder. So, you know, you never know. But posing is another important thing that I was taught through event photography, of just, again, think on the fly, adjust your camera settings, figure out how you want them to stand that doesn't look awkward, especially in large groups, and of course communicating how you want them to pose without having to manually get up and go touch them. So to me, event photography is something that is so important. It's something that not only captures moments, but also teaches you so much. And this isn't just for weddings. I mean, this can be the same thing for red carpet events. This could be the same thing for concerts. This could be the same thing for a lot of different things, you know? In concerts, for instance, sure, you might not have to pose with them. Sure, you might not have to communicate necessarily as much with the artist, but you have to communicate with people who might be in the pit with you. You have to think on the fly and make sure that your settings are good so you don't get like jacked up images of them performing, you know, the concert. So it all teaches you so much, and I find it to be super duper important. So if you are a newcoming photographer and you are looking for a form of photography that will teach you a lot, I do feel that event photography is a great space to start with. And if you can find a mentor who is down to teach you and down to sit and talk to you and say, hey, this is something that you need to take note of about our lighting. This is what you need to know when it comes to talking to people, this, that, the other. I think you're going to be at a bigger disadvantage. I think you're going to be at a bigger advantage moving forward in your photography career. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Let me know what you guys think I should talk about next in the comments down below. And of course, if you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button. See you guys.